Hey students, welcome back to day 2 of Standard 15. Since yesterday, you'll remember we discussed money management strategies and how we spend our money and save our money, how that impacts our future. Today, we're going to specifically look at how to create and utilize a budget. You'll remember yesterday we discussed Ben and Arthur, their brothers, and we looked specifically at how time is your best friend. We want to now tie that into how a budget and utilizing a budget can assist you in becoming successful financially. So let's go to it.
The essential question in today's lesson is, how would you create and utilize a budget? Day 2, Standard 15. The essential question for today's lesson is, how would you create and utilize a budget? The first step in creating a budget is to dream. And by dream, we mean plan or set goals. Goal setting helps us visualize where we see ourselves in the future. To further look at this example, I'd like to us to think about an Olympic athlete. They become masters at setting goals and achieving them along the way. The reason we use this example of Olympic athletes is because they are recognized as being the best of the best in their particular sport. Training the amount of hours it takes and preparing as long and as hard as Olympians have to is why they earn their shot to capture a gold medal. Becoming an Olympian is hard. The same principle applies to the discipline it takes to manage our finances successfully. Setting personal financial goals allows us to visualize ourselves succeeding. And then to achieve our goals, we have to apply the financial discipline to lead us through these goals. Let's say your goal is to one day be a millionaire. Yesterday, I illustrated one way you can achieve that goal. But achieving that goal is hard. If it were not hard, many people in our society would have a net worth of $1 million or more. It's important to remember that goal setting helps us visualize our future, then helps us to apply the discipline it will take to achieve our goals. I have a question I'd like everyone to consider. Have you ever wondered why some professional athletes or superstars make tons of money, yet they somehow end up losing it all? The reason these athletes and stars lose their way is they have not learned to apply the discipline of successful money management while they're making boatloads of money. Bo Jackson, on the other hand, he was born in Bessemer, Alabama, and was a standout athlete in football and baseball at Auburn University. He had a successful career in both the NFL and the Major League Baseball in the 90s. His life after being a professional athlete is perhaps more profound because he is a community leader and prominent businessman around the city of Chicago right now. His financial success as an athlete gave him the platform to be the businessman and person he is today. Because he applied the financial discipline early in his career as a professional athlete, so that he can now continue to help in his community and support his family after his days on the playing field. Second step, creating a budget and living by it. Budgets are necessary for financial success, but many think of budgeting their money as a chore. Actually, setting a spending plan known as a budget before the money comes into our hand or bank account is very empowering. It helps you make decisions about where and how to spend the money. Many in society today may make a healthy monthly or yearly income and wonder where it all went because they never set a spending plan before they received their money. Budgets help us to attain our financial goals. For example, you may have a goal to buy a car on your 16th birthday or after graduating high school. If you know what car you wish to buy now, you can budget the money each month, set that aside, and save up to pay for that purchase later. Setting up a budget is easy and rarely time-consuming because you make all the decisions. The first decision I would suggest you make anytime you set up a budget is to pay yourself first. Paying yourself first could be an expense you pay to yourself every time you receive money. The practice of paying yourself first is the second most important factor in successfully managing your money. Last, when developing a budget, plan to blow some money on yourself or entertainment. As humans, we have likes, and we should invest some of the money we make in experiencing these likes. For example, many in our society enjoy shopping. So budget some of the money you receive to exploring the experience of shopping. The key in all budgets is balance. With your income, pay yourself first, like it is an expense that comes out each month or each year. Pay your bills or other expenses, then spend the rest on yourself or your family. Example budget. Let's look at a sample budget for a 16-year-old. They have a part-time job earning $200 every 2 weeks, $400 a month. They pay their expenses out of this income every month. First, they pay themselves 10 to 15%, so $40. They pay for gas, $60 a month. They might pay for their cell phone at $75 a month. Maybe they have to pay for their food while they're out entertaining themselves, so they set aside $125 a month. And then whatever entertainment they have throughout the month, let's say that budget's out to $100. They have directed their money where to go. Take-home pay is known as money you actually receive from your employer after taxes or taken out of your check. So if somebody makes $400 a month, they need to understand that taxes must come out of that first. So just be aware of that when you consider your take-home pay. Let's look further at budgets. An important step to assist you in creating and living on a budget is to take a few days or even weeks to observe your personal spending habits. Tracking our spending habits will help us in developing a budget. If we've never used one before, it helps us analyze the practice of how we're spending our money habits. After tracking your spending, you're more equipped to truthfully say where your money goes during a given time period. All right, students, now that we've looked at the budget, I want you to access money management, cash flow systems. This is module 1 in your student guides, and I want you to turn to page 13 and work through each lesson from page 13 to 19. We're going to look at SMART goals, and I want you to discover how important developing and living by SMART goals is for you in any area of your life, in particular, money management. Thanks. Have a great day.